a month in principal. 268 a month principal. All right, so now some people are like, yeah, but I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna pay this thing down, I'm building equity right here. But what people aren't realizing is what happens when the appliance breaks. What happens when the refrigerator in that house? Because let's take a look at that house. What year is that house? This house. See, we're not crazy. This isn't all brand new stuff. So somewhere throughout the time, whether it's a water softener, the furnace, the stove, the dishwasher, there's going to be a leak in the sink at some point. Some point there's probably going to be a leak in the ceiling. And this isn't even counting if you want to paint it and make it all flashy, right? We're not even counting furniture here. We're not counting any of that stuff. Just the house. Let's say something goes wrong in the house and you got to spend, let's just say, even if it's $500 a year on maintenance. So $500 a year on maintenance. Right? So we got $1,200 a month, which ballpark, that's going to be, how much will that be a year? 1,217 times 10, 12, 12,000, 24, so like 14,400 plus the 500 right there. So we got about $15,000 out the door annually. Now, yes, we've got equity building, right? 268 a month. Let's round it up to 275, which is 2,750. About $3,200 of equity build up annually, a year. All right. Now, I'm gonna take this other piece of paper. And once again, this is when you're building wealth. This was my mindset behind it, right? When I started making money, I wasn't gonna go buy a house because number one, I was gonna have to find $8,750 as a down payment, and then I was gonna have this much going out annually, right? Versus, let's find an apartment in Janesville, Wisconsin. And I know the rates, but we will, because we have apartments there. But let's figure out apartments. What can we get for an apartment in Janesville? I'll show you where. This place is a pretty nice place. Right here. It's between $850, $1,400 a month, and let's use a 2-bed, 2-bath, $1,030 to $1,500 a month. Let's call it, what's right in between there? Let's call it $1,200 a month. Rent. So down payment, you might have a $200 security deposit, but if you take care of the place, you're gonna get it back. Down payment, zero, nothing. Monthly, all in. What did I say we were gonna use, Ryder? Did I say 1,200?
1,200, yeah.
Monthly, 1,200. Total a year, 12,000 plus 2,400, 1,440. 1,400. Right? So we're coming in less, right? And once again, this is just if there's $500 a year in maintenance. So let's just say one bad thing happens a year, and it could easily cost more than that, right? Another thing I didn't count over here in the rental was snow removal, landscaping, pulling the weeds, mowing the lawn, right? Now, yes, you could say, well, I'm going to do that myself, but for me, in my situation, that would have taken away 2 or 3 hours a week that I couldn't go out and then earn more money, right? So it's a cost either way. Even if you're doing it yourself, it's a cost. If you have someone else come in, it's a cost, all right? The big thing is I got to keep this $8,750, right? I didn't have to have it out here, so I got to then invest this, literally, because I invested $20,000 when I could have bought a house or rented and when I could have bought a house, or I could have rented, right? I chose to rent. I took $20,000, which was everything I had at the time. If I didn't have all that, I would have been able to put $12,000 to work, right? But I took